A few days ago, Hugo took out a pen and began to write a letter to Victor. He knew that being a top-ranked graduator, the fang that Victor was capable of making was a careless seventh technique. To perfect this technique, he had to become a swordmaster. Hugo was in his office, and while the sunlight was coming through the window, he continued writing. He was writing the process he had gone through to become a swordmaster. Hugo began to imagine himself holding the sword and with eyes shining with determination. He had become swordmaster shortly after Victor was born. The image of Roxana and Penelope came to Hugo's mind. After losing them, he fell into despair and spent his days obsessed with the sword. Hugo spent all day swinging the sword in the training wing. Hugo began training at a very young age until he became an adult, and gradually his movements became more precise. At that time, his rank was top-ranking graduator, but to become a swordmaster, he had to wield his sword every day. After arduous training, Hugo gripped his sword tightly until several seconds later, he opened his hand, letting the sword fall to the ground. Hugo began to observe his hands and his eyes widened in desperation, making him sweat. He had trained so much that he had calluses and scratches on his hands, but no matter how much he wielded the sword, he could not reach the level of swordmaster. With the feeling that he was clinging to a burning nail, he checked the books in the library of 10,000 epistles, and found it, the words of an ancient sword master who left them for his descendants.